Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's your friendly neighborhood factory man Raznac, and we are continuing on with our hub slash mall slash supply build where we build everything we need to expand our factory. That's right. In the last episode, we've got automated belts and inserters and miners and right, everything you can think of we have being made. I mean, there's just tons of stuff being made here. These are all pretty solid. I'm not going to really expand these too much right now. You see the belts. I've increased my iron throughput. It's kind of hard to see, but there's more iron coming through. We'll look at that here in just a minute. Because we've kind of maxed out, not really maxed out, but I mean, we're kind of getting to the end where all of our local irons being kind of used up. So we're going to have to really start thinking about branching out and finding our own stuff. Now, this will get better as this fills up. This is a new production line. Anytime you open up a new production line, it takes a while for it to kind of get filled, right? Because I mean, this takes time. It takes time to get all these little slots filled with stuff. So, with that in mind, we're going to do another one. And I've already kind of pre-did it because I didn't want to bore you like last time. We're going to use the same principles, using underground belts. The only difference is this time, in the last one we only had 3 resources. We had iron, we had copper, and we had circuits. And then we made gears locally. Well, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to make some gears locally, because again, the construction time on those is so very fast that it's just not worth it to I guess it's not worth it to import those in, I guess is my what I'm trying to say here. So let's fire that up. So there's our gear production. We got gears going on to this belt right here. Nice and simple, heading this way through the factory. Now, in the last one, we had gears on a secondary belt, but this time we need some new resources. We need steel, which we have merged onto a line with copper, and then we also need iron wire. We need copper wire, so that's what these are going to do. And again, it's one of those that you can produce locally because the craft time is so very fast that you just don't need tons of it. In fact, it's so fast that it takes, I mean, I'm going to actually load this thing up, but it takes 2 fast inserters to output how fast we make it. Just look, boop, boop, boop. And then this one's putting it onto a belt and feeding it into this one, because you can see it loads right in. And now we have iron wire or copper wire running through the... So now we have all of our products we need. We have gears, we have copper, we have iron, we have steel, we have copper wire, everything we need to further along our production. So let's get to it. First things first, we're going to work on some power poles. That's what the next 3 are going to be. We need some medium electric poles. In order to make medium electric poles, we need iron sticks. And then down here, we're going to make big electric poles, just like so. Again, this process should be very familiar to you. What do we need? We need iron, we need steel, we need iron sticks, right? So the iron sticks will come from here and there, just like so. Then we need to feed here, feed out here. Thought I had this right, but I didn't. Power this up, like so. Put a box here. Now, we don't want... What are we missing? Iron sticks. So we have what we need here. Now we need iron sticks. So iron sticks just need iron. Very simple, like nothing to it. Just like boom. And it's going to make iron sticks, which is going to feed both of our power pole productions. Now, what do we need here? We need steel and copper. And it's process is very simple once you kind of get things set up. But, power pole. there. I think I'm supposed to have a power pole here. Let me do that. And the box there. There we go. And now we're making large power poles, which we don't need tons of them, but boom. Have all the supplies we need for those. So that's up and running. Just like that, we have power pole production, which is just what we needed. Next are a few things that you may or may not use. I'm just going to do them because Nilaus shows them set up. I probably won't use them, but in a regular build you would. We're going to do some gun turrets, and then we're going to actually start working on circuitry stuff. Where is that? Yeah. So this is a decider comp, and I'm not even going to talk about these until later because things just get complicated. All the stuff that we're making here is for circuits and logistics and all that stuff that gets kind of complicated, and really deserves just an episode by itself to explain how and why we do certain things. So, but like anything else, it's pretty easy. We're just going to input the materials and output the materials. Do this, so we're gonna go in here, in here, in here, out there. In fact, we're just gonna block this off completely. So once the internal production fills up, that's all we're gonna do because we don't need tons of them. In fact, all of these we're gonna do that for now because we just don't need them. I just don't need all the stuff that goes with that, so we will ignore it. Yeah, we just gotta look. What does this need? It needs copper cable and circuits, and I gotta bring this circuit road down this way. So I do inputs. Yep, input there, output there, put there. And just like that, we're making these combinator doodads. And we don't need any more. We really don't, because I'm not going to use them for a while. So I'm just going to halt production on those. Same here, we're going to halt production on these. But we are going to have it set up. We want it set up so that we can at least make it, right? Kind of what we need. So these are like green wires, so they need circuits in copper. I think you guys have kind of figured out the gist of things. And I don't want any green wire right now. It's a conversation for its own deal. We will make some red wire because we're going to start using some red wire soon. In fact, we can use red wire right now to control a lot of this. But I'm gonna have to fine tune my thinking process to get the red wire working. Copper cable. Go. We're just gonna have one stack of that, and just like that, we have all this stuff up and running. See, again, this isn't very complicated. Once you kind of figure out how to use the underground belts to your advantage, and your spacing. It's all about spacing. And again, I've built this 10 times now. So you start memorizing the build. So this is just going to be some lights. Nothing to it. We need some of those. And we need some of those. Need some more boxes. And so we need circuits. Wire. Yep. Drop that there. And same with lights. I only need 50 at a time. We don't need tons and tons. This next one's going to be for a constant combination. Again, this stuff is not going to be used until a little bit later. You just don't have a need for tons and tons of it. They're all just supplies that we'll keep later on. Back to close that off. All right, so that's going. So there is, again, our logistics stuff, our power poles. Next, we want factories because we don't want to keep handcrafting factories, and we're going to need tons of factories. And in fact, we're going to need tons of blue factories because all this stuff gets upgraded to blue factories. And to actually make it a better optimized situation, we want factories. So first for factories, we need circuits, irons, and gears. So we just so happen to have gears right here available. What? You say, Raz, no way. I'm like, yeah, way. Just trust old Raz. He'll get you through this. We need some power poles here and here, just like so. And now we are making factories. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. This is going to be big factories. We're just adding more supplies. And like this game is so much fun because we done just like that. This part is finished and we will upgrade that. And voila! Finito. We're actually going to be using nothing but blue factories going forward. And that's this production. I mean, again, it's very simple now that you kind of understand the basics of it. And I usually like to go up with these. Unfortunately, I had to go to the side just because of how it is. And the next one, yeah, the next one will go even further out. We'll make a nice big line. Oh, man, I really don't like the big line, but we're kind of restrained based upon these cliffs. They kind of limit what we can and can't do. So, yeah. Now, what we can also do is, these will be upgraded later on. Let's put what we can do. Let's do this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's how I want it. We're going to do some upgrades later. Not exactly sure where I want this. Oh, ghost these in. Ghost. Post these in. I think that's how it, we'll figure it out later. All this is good. There's going to be a bunch of factories here later. And you're probably like, Raz, what are you doing? I'm making the end of my line here. So this one's going to be pretty simple because we're going to need more and more of these boxes. This just takes steel. Nothing to it. Boop. Like so. And that there. We're going to put a steel box to catch steel boxes. we don't need a full thing of those. Yeah, there we go. You could put some other stuff here. Like we could actually put bullet production. We could do some bullet production because we have everything in line here. That wouldn't be hard to do. You could add that if you wanted to. You could add that here because you could just bring the iron and you have the copper. And yeah, you could actually make it work pretty easy. You get kind of creative and actually bring your bullet production and put it right here. So like, look, let's do this. I'll show you. Getting creative. Give ourselves some room. All right, so yeah, let's make some bullets. So in order to make bullets, right, you need copper, fire, and iron, steel. Iron, copper, steel. Pretty basic stuff. So, I mean, we're just gonna. In fact, I'm just gonna do a little cheat here. That, and then output here, power pole, flux. And we got, now we're making bullets, just like that. Pretty basic setup. You don't have to leave this here, but because you already have the supplies here, just drop it in, right? Now you have bullet production. We can make shotgun shells if we really want to. I don't ever use shotgun shells, but you could make shotgun shells. And there's all different kinds of stuff. All different kinds of stuff. You name it, we'll need it. And we're gonna use these bullets in the next episode because we're gonna go clear out some of these biter hordes. We're gonna clear this one out. We're gonna clear this one out because we're gonna start expanding this way as we expand our science production. Because if you look, we're getting into, we don't have much left to research before we have to have the gray science or the military science. So we're gonna need to upgrade that. But yeah, that's the line right there. That's the hub in all of its glory. We're making some bullets. We got, I mean, everything we need to, you know, expand. We got all kinds of belts, all kinds of inserters. And you can see now this is filling up because it's slowed down. We got the purple inserters. In fact, I think, did we research the technology? We do. We have a green. Got stack inserters and advanced circuits, but that would require us to bring another item down the line, which we will. Eventually we'll actually have red on here. Yeah, because we need red circuits to expand this. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get it onto the bus or onto the production line eventually, and I will show you how to expand those. Again, if you don't want to wait, and if you're in your own playthrough, go check out Nilaus TV YouTube. I will put a link down in the description. You can see here I already started some bullet production, just because I was like, why not? Now we have another problem. We had a problem with iron. Now our problem is copper. See, now we have a copper issue, and probably because we don't have many copper mines. So we'll fix that off screen. Again, you guys know how that works, but I was going to show you. Here's our iron. We have maxed out the surface area in our iron. In fact, I have red belts now running the iron. Red belts. Because we're going through a lot of iron very quickly, and we needed to expand it. We're going to go through even more and more and more. But yeah, we got 24 furnaces on each side here. We can even expand that a little more. We got these here, but we're good on iron. Now we need to work on copper because our copper smeltery is struggling. It's struggling to keep up, so we will work on that off camera. Steel looking good. Everything's looking good. Everything looks very solid. Let's check our power production just real quick. Click on the pole. Oh yeah, got plenty of room. We'll go into production per hour, and you can see that we're producing 61,000 iron. We're consuming 59,000. You can kind of see we're producing 59,000 iron plates an hour. We're consuming 49,000 iron plates an hour. You can see all the stuff that we're making, and yeah, it's a neat game. Definitely fun. I hope that episode helped you. That's going to be it for this one. That is the hub number 2, or what they like to call assemblers, power poles, and logistics. We'll just call it hub number 2. And yeah, that's it for that one. Hub number 3 will be until later because it's about time. Next episode, we're gonna work on military science, which shouldn't be too hard. We got to get this military science done, which is gray science, which isn't too hard. And then we got to start working on blue science, which is going to require oil production. So we're going to start getting into oil and liquids and plastics and all other kinds of materials, and things are going to get really complicated. My brain's going to explode. So that's how it goes. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the series so far. If you're enjoying it, please tell me. I know there's not tons of people watching this, but if you are ones who are watching it and you are enjoying it, please let me know. Alrighty, take care. See you later. Bye-bye.